have an age difference. We have life differences.
This is how you should live your life.
I got the faith, because to get the faith...
Got it. Well, let's jump into this.
This is the Old School, New School podcast.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Old School, New School podcast. I am Will Charles Egan, and as always...
Chris Meekins.
We're back, and it's like 7 p.m. We never record this late, because I thought Chris was fleeing the country.
I was going to flee the country.
Right.
We had a family issue, and I was texting him all week, and he's like, oh, no, we're going out of town on Tuesday, so...
I thought he was already gone. I was like, I get another day to myself. Oh, I'm tied down. Never mind.
Damn it.
I was going to get ahead of stuff or whatever. Now I'm going to have to go meal prep in the dark at my house. It's fine. I'll live. But we, because I go to a different church now.
What do they talk about at your church?
Well, we talk about young people things, because I go to a church that's run by like a 35-year-old man. So... Lots of 20-year-olds.
He's 35?
He looks like it. No, I think he's actually like... Well, it's crazy because he looks like he's 30, but his kids are like 13 and 14. It's weird. It's really... So you're like... And his wife, too. They both look like... His wife looks like she's maybe 25. He looks like he's 30. And their kids are teenagers. You're like, are you siblings? Or are those your kids? What's happening? They just look really good for their age. And the whole congregation...
They're probably 40.
Yeah, probably. But that's the thing. They dress like they're in their 20s. And there's tons of people in this congregation where they're like, hold on, you're 30?
I don't look a day over 68.
Right. Well, you do look a couple days over 68. But here I am at this younger church. And we talk about relationships. And that's our series that we're in. Because it's Valentine's Day this month and all that jazz and dating.
Well, you know what? It never gets old. I met a guy on my walk. I do my walk. And I see him every once in a while. He was kind of weird. It was... Actually, yesterday, it was late in the afternoon, and he was out in his front, and I said, how you doing? His house went up for sale the other day.
Oh.
I said, what's going on? He goes, I'm getting a divorce.
Ooh.
60 years marriage.
Whoa.
I'm getting a divorce.
Really?
Yeah, and I was like,
gosh.
that's sad.
That is sad.
Yeah, so maybe he should go to your church on relationships.
Yeah.
But I think that we live in a world that's anti-relationship.
That's why we had this series topic.
Yeah.
It's because it feels like when you're married and in a church, it feels like you're almost living on like a compound in like a weird sect. Because it's like nobody else is doing this. Ooh, we're married and we're having children and like, and Jesus is the center of our life. It's like we feel like we're so separate that that's a priority. Because the whole rest of the world is the total opposite of that.
Yeah.
And it's strange that that's not the norm anymore. You know, that we feel like we're doing something countercultural by getting married young and having kids. It's like, whoa, that's crazy. And that's really committed of you. It's like, I feel like that's what we should all be doing.
Right. But it's the only place really nowadays where it's not super creepy, although it's probably creepy to meet people there. I mean,
it can be creepy. Some people are creepy. I'm not creepy. Am I creepy?
I hope not.
Do I come off as creepy?
No.
Well, that's good.
Well, you have small groups in a church where you can meet people. You have services. You have these...
we had a relationship night. Day after Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Just talking about marriage.
Right.
And it's like, oh.
You know what's the hardest thing I would think for a young person is when someone my age that's like, I want to tell people how awesome a marriage is. It's like, I don't want to know. I know you know.
Right.
Shut up. Let us hang out for ourselves and say, well, you know, if you should really appreciate. It's like when someone tells you when you got these little kids around the house, they say, you should enjoy these times. It's going to be the best times. You're going to miss this. And you're like, shut up.
Right.
I hate this. Their kids crying. I've been buying Pampers for 10 years straight. I mean, I should have invested in that.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I got toys all over the place. I got macaroni. I got French fries that are like 8 years old in between the seats.
Yep, correct.
And you're like, oh my gosh, I can't wait for this to get over. But then there's the day when you get over it.
And then suddenly they're out of the house. And
yeah, and guess what? I'm really happy about it now.
I feel like I'm going to be in the same shoes. Yeah, thank God they're gone. What the heck?
Yeah, but our church, we were talking more about fighting the good fight. And they have to hit a different audience. They try to hit younger people.
Yeah,
right?
well, marriage is fighting the good fight. Trying to make a connection here.
No.
not working. Fighting the good fight.
But he was talking about 1 Timothy 6. And when you hear the word fight, what do you picture? Well, like you said, like from a spiritual, okay,
Yeah.
put your spiritual hat on.
A physical altercation is a fight. What do I think of a fight?
Well, you used to watch WWF, right?
WWE, yeah. I still watch mixed martial arts fights.
Well, he was talking about when he was a kid, him and his dad would meet they put a octagon in their living room and they put on costumes and everything else like that.
Jump off the couch. Kill each other.
Yeah. And all the time.
Oh, yeah. When you're made of rubber, you do stuff like that.
When I grew up, I mean, it was the local channel had WWF. Mm-hmm. I think it was called WWE back then.
No, WWF was first. You're right.
Okay, yeah. And so, and now it's WWE is for the puppies, right?
What?
Animals.
WWE is World Wrestling Entertainment. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, what's the they used to be called something else, and then the word got changed because of the animals, the puppy rescue people.
Oh, yes. The World Wildlife Foundation. Yes.
Yes. WWF.
That's WWF.
Sued them.
Really? I didn't know that.
And they have, and because that was their name first, and that's why it's not called.
That's why they had to change it?
Yeah.
No way. I never knew that. I learned something today.
Damn puppies.
Because the animals are going, we came up with the name first. No, nobody cares about them. WWE is a million times bigger. Anyways.
They're huge. Anyway, but they were talking about how they wrestle.
Yes.
And keeping character.
Mm-hmm.
And so but seriously, when you think of spiritual things, what do you think of when?
Well, when I hear, what do you think of a fight? And then you say spiritually. Well, I think, like, honestly, and this is just from, I'll say my previous perspective was like, I'm going to wake up super early, and I'm going to pray a lot, and I'm going to read my Bible, and I'm going to put in all this effort. I'm going to try harder, and I'm going to sing worship. I'm going to try harder. I'm going to try harder. I'm going to try hard. Good intentions.
Right.
Didn't work. Believe it or not, that's not what you want to do.
Right. You don't want to muscle your way through it.
Right. That was what I was trying to do. When I think of spiritual war, I think I'm the one fighting the spiritual war.
Okay.
I'm the one with the weapons and the tools. I have the sword of the Spirit, I have the breastplate of righteousness and the shield of faith and the whole get up. I still recite the armor of God every single morning. Every single morning.
Oh, you do?
I do. But I know that I'm not the one fighting it. Exodus 14:14 says, be still, the Lord will fight for you. Right. So really, spiritual warfare is praying and saying, God, you do it.
It's really about protecting your faith.
It's protecting your faith and surrendering, let God protect you.
Yeah. So the fight is really not against it.
Right.
Because you're never going to defeat it. You're not that.
I'm not that guy.
You're not that tough.
I'm not that guy. No.
You're pretty smart.
Not smart enough.
But you're not.
No.
I'm glad you said it.
You can call me out, Chris.
But really, fighting the good fight is more about protecting your character and your identity. The fight is like in your head, and so like he was like he started off in this whole, and his dad would say, "Stay in character," and they'd put on their costumes because he'd want to quit because his dad.
Yeah.
And so it was stay in character, and fighting the good fight is stay in character. This is who I am.
Yeah.
And that's really where the fight comes in. Mm-hmm. Would you not say so?
I totally agree, especially after doing the whole Braveheart thing with your identity. That's a big, crucial part of every part of your spiritual aspect is really rooted, who am I?
And every day. Have you had to change yours at all?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I amended a lot. I've had to amend it last week. I added some stuff.
Oh, you did?
Oh, yeah. I added some stuff. I asked the Lord, what do you want? I asked God, who am I? And God's like, I'll tell you, just not yet. I just kind of waited and waited. And, yeah, there were two particular elements that I'm still, kind of wrestling with, if you will. The first is giving servant. I was like, interesting. Yeah, I know. I'm like, how does that play into me?
And what does that look like?
Right.
Does that mean I got to chip in some more money?
Maybe. Is it giving my time? Is it giving my effort? Is it giving my
you mean the world isn't about will?
Maybe that's the problem.
Oh, my gosh. That's baloney.
In my mind, that certainly is. There's that. And then the second one is hopeful encourager. So lots of parts of my identity and your identity really in a spiritual warfare is being attacked.
No.
That's where a lot of the enemy does his warfare is your identity.
And it's not against, like you said, it's not against flesh and blood. It's against the world forces. It's against the temptation and distraction and what else and discouragement.
Oh yeah.
And he said this one thing. He says, if the enemy can't destroy you, he'll distract you.
Yeah.
How true is that for you?
Extremely true. It's been my biggest fight is this I was talking with a mentor, and he put it very aptly in kind of a funny way, because what the enemy has been fighting with me in particular, maybe somebody else can resonate with this. He'll say the enemy is whispering this lie into your ear where it says, Will, you should be concerned with, there's nothing there.
Right.
But he's like, this
thing
should concern you. And not even the way, it was so funny the way he said it. He didn't even say this thing. He just went, this should worry you. And I was so distracted by it. I was like, oh my God, you're right. And I was beating myself down, and I was going, oh, I'll never get over this. And there was nothing there. I had put on chains on myself, and I had distracted myself from who I am and what God has said about me just because the enemy was trying to distract me.
And or like he said today, he's trying to redefine you.
Exactly. Yes.
And it's so, it's so funny because your life, my life, it's going well, and it's like, well, why would I want to redefine? Why would I question that God took care of me today?
Right.
Because at the end of the day, it's really all about day to day.
Mm-hmm. Why would I worry about that? Why would I concern? The enemy's, he's very apt. He's very good at lying because he's been around human beings for thousands of years, and he knows how to get to them. But the devil's playbook is always with men or women, just one of 3 or 4 things.
So the outline was we wrote is what battles are believers fighting that God never assigned? What are the battles that we're fighting that God's like, this isn't your battle?
Yeah. Well, like I had said earlier, the trying to muscle my way into spiritual battles and overcome it. One of my favorite ones here, we'll talk about it a little bit later, James 4:7, submit to God, resist the devil, and he will flee from you. The order is everything, by the way.
Oh, it is.
Yeah. Because you can kind of get the order wrong. You can try and resist the devil and then
in your own
submit
strength.
to God. Exactly. First, you have to submit to God, right? And that's that's, to answer your question, that's the battle that we're not supposed to fight.
Right.
The battle is in submission to God, and just, I'm going to let you guide me, and I'm going to let you fight this, and then I'm going to resist the devil in the power that I've been given from submission to God.
Well, he went and said, flee what weakens you, which is like, again, is fleeing fighting?
That's a good question. I mean, on the surface, no. Fleeing is the opposite of fighting, right? So maybe not.
Right.
Fleeing is turning away from the problem and saying, I'm going to run away from this and let God deal with it. So I'd say no.
So he was saying that you can't pursue righteousness while holding on to what weakens you.
Right.
And so you're like, okay, wait a minute. I'm hanging on to like fighting. Well, just for argument's sake.
Yeah.
I want to get involved in what's going on in Washington, D.C.
Okay.
And I want to fight that battle.
Yep.
You're never going to win that.
Right.
Ever.
Yeah.
And it's always going to be going. There's never going to be like, oh, okay, we got one party. It's never going to happen.
We figured everything out.
Yeah. And so you can't pursue righteousness while holding on to that. And so
Absolutely.
Running away from weakness is wisdom. And so what Joseph did it, David stayed and compromised his destiny.
Yep.
Some people think we're stronger than we are. I mean, we like, no, I can fight this. I'm the foundation is amazing.
Right. It's like for men, the battle of sexual temptation, where you try and resist it on your own strength and just like, for example, there's one tactic. It's like just radical redirect. So if you find yourself looking too long, thinking about it for too long, you're gonna That's you trying to muscle your way out of it. I need to stop thinking about sex. I need to stop thinking about sex. I need to. Well, now you're thinking about it.
You need to run away.
You need to stop
looking at that chick walking down the street.
Right. You need to just avert your eyes.
5 o'clock. She's getting up to go to work.
Right. You need to avert your eyes and stop thinking about it. And beyond just that, I mean, like the what is it? The anxiety spiral or the depressive staircase into the basement of darkness, where you're just like. You keep entertaining it, you keep entertaining it, you keep entertaining it, and what do you know? Now you're at rock bottom because you kept entertaining it. Right. You need to nip it in the bud and realize, I know where this leads. I'm going to immediately redirect.
And when I'm thinking about your little analogy there about, we'll just say in the basement, it's like when we withdraw and we get into isolation, which is where the devil wants us. Right. Okay?
Yeah.
It's like, wait a minute, I'm weak here.
Yeah.
Yet I'm totally energized when I'm around other people, and I love my life when I'm other. But I'm going to hang out here in the basement
because I think on my own wisdom that this is a good idea for me.
Yeah, I'm just going to shut it down.
Right. But at the end of the day,
that weakens you.
That does, because at the end of the day, you don't want to make that your only defense, right? The radical redirect or the whatever isolation. Proverbs 3:5 says, "Lean not on your own understanding." Obviously, He will make your paths straight. So fleeing, yes, absolutely. You should have solid defenses in your mind and in your heart, guarding your heart. But it shouldn't be the only thing that you do, right? You should primarily lean on God.
What you just said, James 4:7.
Submit to God first.
Yeah.
Your defenses are great, and they should be rock solid. But ultimately, you should submit to God. Because you don't want to make you don't want to make it about muscling through it on your own. Because that'll just end up you in the basement.
Right.
Isolating.
The example I was thinking about was when you quit drinking.
When I quit drinking.
You got to quit going to the bar.
Great idea.
You're like, it's just, don't go there. Yeah, but all my friends are there. I know.
No
but guess what? They're all drinking, and there's plenty of booze, and nobody's going to stop you.
Right.
Nobody's going to, maybe the first time, but there'll be a day when you have a really big problem, and they'll say, you know what? Yeah, maybe you should. Yeah, I would have a drink if I were you. Mm-hmm. They're not like the best advisors.
Does that temptation ever knock at your door to this day?
In a different way. Okay. In a different way. I when I get in if only world.
Yep.
I get into if only if only. Like, if I could drink, I could go hang out with these people that are, or maybe, when everybody's sitting around a campfire, maybe I'd be funnier, or maybe I'd be able to tolerate their crazy talk a little bit more. And I'm like, well, maybe
if only
this sounds so immature.
Here we go. Yeah.
But maybe people would like me more if I drank more.
Yeah.
Is that ever going to go away?
No. That's my question. It's like, so the battle never goes away.
No.
Okay.
Because that's in my DNA. I was born. That's what I was raised at. That's right. Those are the best people ever.
Yeah.
Drinking people.
Right.
It's just that
John Wayne did
jail. I could get thrown in jail, and my wife wants to leave me. So
not ideal.
It's not working out well for me.
No.
So anyway, but distraction is a strategy. The enemy doesn't have to defeat you; it just has to distract you.
Mm-hmm. That's certainly been true in my life. I don't know about you, but that's like the whole that I should be worried about, the whole nothingness of the enemy.
Right before you got this job that you have, right? It was it was like, well, if I could just get some more money, if I could get a job that was like this. Oh, I'm going to move to Texas and be a home inspector.
You remember that? You remember that? Oh, my God.
I do. And the whole market has fallen apart.
Oh, of course.
You would have been in Texas.
I would have been stuck there.
Yeah, probably working on a pig farm, sloshing the pigs.
Yeah.
And your stomach would have been like, Mom,
I should just go home. Yeah. Yep. Would have landed me prodigal son story. So I'm glad I didn't do that. Because that was, I said it all the time. Every month was something new with me. Oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. It's going to be great. I'm going to be a life insurance salesman. I'm going to do this financial plan. Not that they were, terrible ideas and they were lies from the enemy, but it was a distraction, and that's one of the biggest ways that the enemy, because he doesn't have to defeat you when you are defeating yourself. right? When he just distracts you and just kind of changes your course, then you start walking in the wrong direction on your own. Because the devil has no power over you. You operate out of freedom and victory, but he'll try and make you believe that you don't operate out of freedom and victory anymore.
I quit doing social media, except for the other day when I spent like 45 minutes and didn't even know what happened.
Right, yeah.
I'm like, I was going to go do this. I was going to go for a walk. It was like 2:45. And I said, I'm going to go for my walk at 3 o'clock, so I'll scroll. And at 3:30, I got up to go for my walk.
It keeps me from going to bed on time. It's evil. I hate it.
Yeah.
We all know it.
Yeah. And so
that's the distraction.
Are we entertained or are we engaged? And so it's like, it's so difficult because it's like, can't I just take a break?
Right.
Yeah, you can.
Sure.
Look at your time, though, at the end of the day. It's like,
I get the notification for screen time every Sunday.
Oh, crap, I forgot to do my dishes.
Yep. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like, I was going to do my dishes. I'm just going to scroll here for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then, so the devil right now in today's world is about distraction.
Yep.
You got the TV.
Yep.
You got the YouTube.
That's mine.
You got the Facebook.
Yes.
You got the Instagram all
TikTok.
Good decorating ideas.
Right. Oh.
All good health issues. That's my wife and I were having a discussion. I go, they're good issues too, but you're spending like 2 hours on this looking at something that we're not going to do.
That we're never.
We're not going to cook a meal from scratch. We're not going to go and.
But look how cool it is.
Yeah.
It's there to distract you.
It's there. But it's healthy things. It's not like, if it's not porn, if it's not.
Right.
I mean, I love watching police go up and get in an argument with someone.
Right. And now you're just pissed.
Yeah.
Right. Because he'll sprinkle in the enemy will sprinkle in little half truths of like, well, again, this isn't like watching people get shot and killed.
Right.
This isn't all bad, but at the same time, those police videos you're watching are distracting you.
Oh, totally.
And he's got you.
Yeah.
The enemy's got you.
Totally. Because I'm like, should I not roll down my window? Because, maybe he's going to beat me up today before church.
Yep.
I was waiting for Sue and Joyce to get ready. And so, of course. So I came across an old Chris Rock video on how not to get beat up. And it is so funny.
Sound advice?
And, Chris Rock.
Yeah.
And he's like, number one, don't break the law. Number two, when a policeman comes to your car, put both hands on you and be polite. But Chris Rock.
Yeah.
It was a little.
He made it way funnier.
Yeah, way funnier than I was. But it was like so funny. And then I'm like, okay, I'm going to church here in a minute. I got to quit this nonsense.
Yep.
So how do we fight from victory? So we're big on this whole identity statement.
Mm-hmm.
So for you, verse 12 says, take hold of eternal life. And Paul calls, here's what I love today. Paul did not say, this is Timothy, my son. This is Timothy, my disciple. Paul called Timothy a man of God for what he was. He called him in his identity.
Yep, that's good.
And so his whole thing was identity before instruction.
Yep, because Paul could have said about Timothy, oh, he's really cool and he's really good at doing this.
He's the up and coming.
He's the up and coming. He's great. Look at all these things that he can do. But Paul went straight past all the layers to the heart of who is Timothy at his core. This is Timothy. Timothy is a man of God. That's who he really is.
And because your identity isn't that, I'm doing really good at my job in sales. I'm doing really good at my job in sales, or I'm doing good at this. I'm a volunteer, or whatever. No. How awesome it would be to say, man, he's a man of God. If that was the first thing that came out of the mouth. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I've ever heard that
about either of us. We're working on that.
We're going to change the name of our podcast.
Oh, the Man of God podcast?
Man of God's...
Men of
God.
Men of God podcast. I'm sure that's totally original, and nobody's ever done that one before.
That would be funny. We should do a interweb search on that.
Man of God podcast?
Yeah.
I'd be willing to bet there's one.
I need a number. Let's make a bet. Man of God, here we are.
Yeah,
We're making a bet.
We're betting. The men of God who are gambling.
I'm going to say there's not more than 25.
Well, yeah, obviously that, but I mean, like, it's probably 3.
Okay.
Okay,
He's going to look it up now.
yes. Men
No,
of,
we're not addicted to our phones.
we're not egomaniac. Yeah, here we go. Men of God podcast immediately. This is
Long list.
there's gonna be a few of these.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So I guess we won't change our name.
No, we're not doing that.
Don't worry about it, folks. You don't have to look up another thing. But it's like your identity before your instruction.
Yes.
And so knowing who you are, you don't fight to become a son. You fight because you are a son.
It's like what I was saying earlier. You don't fight for victory. You fight out of a position of victory.
Right. In John 4:4.
Yeah.
Greater is he that is in you.
Yeah, than he who is in the world, Satan. Because we already have the resurrected Jesus. We already have his Holy Spirit, right? We just need to activate it. We just need to... And what does that look like? Because we can say that. You just need to activate your Holy Spirit. But what does that actually look like?
Well, you fight out of victory.
Right.
You're like, wait a minute. That's why you repeat your identity statement every morning.
Yep.
No, that's not who I am.
Right.
I'm a man of God. I'm filled with the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
And one of my my body's a temple of the Holy Spirit.
That's part of mine
and
too.
I'm gonna treat it accordingly.
That's great.
Did you steal it from me?
No, I stole it from somebody else, and then you stole it from me. It's mine. I am a well-bodied athlete and temple of the Holy Spirit. That's part of mine. As I take care, that's what I do.
And so when you say, should I not do this or should I do this? You're like, well, that's just not who I am.
Right.
It's so amazing.
Yes.
You think,
Yep.
Why did it take me 68 years to do that?
Right.
And you're saying it's become your superpower, right?
It totally has. It's a simple way to reframe how because I've noticed part of my problem is my thoughts will affect my physical health sometimes. And so it's a simple way of reframing. It's not the things that you do that define who you are. It's who you are that defines the thing that you do. And it's like, well, that's circular and stupid. But if you really think about it, it's very, very freeing because who you are informs your actions, not the other way around.
Right.
Because if your actions, if I'm to say, oh, I'm an athlete and my identity depends on my ability to perform. If you lose a game, then your identity crumbles and then you're distraught. And it's like, well, that's not very healthy.
Well, and it's the same thing with me with my men's breakfast. I was like, oh my gosh, no, I got to teach. I hate teaching. Wait a minute. No, you love people.
Yeah.
The more, the better.
Yeah.
And you love building into men's lives. This is what you're designed for.
And then you got up there and killed it.
And then I get up there and kill it. And people
Yeah.
are like,
Boom.
this is like, I talked about this family emergency that we had this week. And people are like, this is amazing. I'm like, I'm just telling you like where I'm at and I'm being authentic and I'm being vulnerable.
See how just operating out of your identity feels so effortless, and yet people are like, this is the greatest thing ever. Because that's really your
I'm never going to get asked to preach at Bayside.
Right.
We'll just clarify that.
Yes. But you operating in your identity at a 10 feels like I'm not even doing anything. Well, that's just because that's who you are.
Like, you gotta take a break here. No. When I take a break, I feel like I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm
doing
I'm
this.
cleaning tables. It's not kind of what I was designed for.
Right. It's like when I go to the gym.
I'm willing to do it, but
Sure. It's like when I go to the gym, obviously going to the gym 5 times a week is a very exhausting endeavor, but I feel so ready to do it. I'm excited to do it. And it's like, well, I can't not do it because if I don't do it, I'll feel worse. Same exact principle for you with speaking to others.
Yeah. And it's with you, like I'm going to go to work and I'm going to be, well, ever since you got out of that thing you were in it last year, you're like, wait a minute, that's not who I am.
That's not who I am.
Wait a minute. I can stand up in front of any group, anywhere, anytime, and talk about anything. You're the same way.
Yeah, absolutely.
But the devil's got you like,
oh, you should be afraid. Oh, my God.
that's stupid.
Right. Yes.
Of course it's stupid. That's why they're laughing.
Exactly.
Right?
And that's what works. And I like it.
Yeah.
And I'm good at it.
And I like it.
And I like it.
I like it a lot. Jesus already won, and Jesus, we enforce the win. The win. And that changes how you handle criticism, handle temptation, handle discouragement. It's like, it's what it is. And he said something else. He said, courage isn't loud.
It's loyal. Wow.
That was pretty good, though, when he said it. Because you're always like, get louder. No.
Yeah.
You need to be stronger.
Right.
No, it's like you're loyal to the cause, man.
You remember those Scared Straight TV shows?
Yes.
You remember those where the kid would go into jail and the inmates would like scream at the kid and he'd start crying.
Yeah. I believed him at first, and after a while,
got
a little. But anyway.
Well, but they're re-traumatizing this child, and then they expect him to go back out into the world and be like, I'm a changed good boy now. It's like, well, no. Being courageous is acknowledging that you have a fear and yet acting despite that fear, right?
Yeah.
And to say that courage is something that's loud and you got to have all these inmates scream at you to get a real change, it's like, no. That's not. That's going to make your problem worse.
That's like saying, oh, let me go show you down. You used to hear these people. I'm going to bring my kids down to, in Cleveland, it was like West 25th, and it's like the poor section of town.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm going to show them what, and then I'm going to bring them home.
Right.
Yeah, that's going to say, oh, Father, I don't ever want to be like that.
Right.
Thank you for what you've done. The devil's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's going to manipulate and twist that, of course.
Actually, what happens is you're like, well, praise God, that's not me. And I am so much better than they are.
Yeah. And then you make it about ego. And absolutely.
Yeah. And it's like your own work. But when we're loyal, it's being loyal to the cause, it's being loyal to what God has done for us. It's being loyal to who you actually are.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got to, in this last year, become loyal to who Will is.
Yeah, absolutely. Took a lot of, again, fighting, not in my own strength, but surrendering.
And it also, it had to surrender what Will's best thinking was.
Yeah, because it got me here.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, it's like about dating, about your job, about your living situation, it's about your family. I mean, it's about, it's like, okay, wait a minute. So let's challenge people. And so one of the challenges was flee one thing that weakens you. So if you were to think about that.
Yeah. So the challenge being set up those boundaries. Obviously, don't let that be your only defense, obviously. But if there's something that is weakening you, it's distracting you from your time, if you feel that's going to lead to sin, whatever that looks like, I would challenge you to acknowledge that it's there, but then immediately change direction, think about something else, look at something else, do something else. Don't even entertain it. Because you don't need to.
Surrender is not a weakness.
Right.
Fleeing is not the weakness.
Yep.
Fleeing is actually saying, okay, I just need to get the hell out of here.
Right. Because everybody has weaknesses. To say that, oh, I don't have any weaknesses, I can face anything. It's not true. It's folly. And so you have to acknowledge, I know what my weaknesses are, and I'm going to run from them. That is taking your weaknesses and turning it into a strength.
And then once you flee, you're like, I feel pretty good about myself.
This is working.
I'm pretty pleased with Chris.
I'm pretty. Right.
One of the things I like the most about myself is fleeing. And then audit your distractions. What does that mean?
Well, look at your screen time is probably where I'd start.
I don't even know how to do that.
It's in your settings. You'll figure it out. Yeah. Whatever your distractions are, we all know that one of them is the phone. We all have that one. But to make a list mentally, write a physical list of things that you know are that are not good for you at the end of the day, and then write a list of the things that you know are good for you, and begin to audit what do I need to do and what do I need to give up doing. It's pretty straightforward.
And then, what do you think this means when it says align your life with your confessions?
Well, when I confess, I would say an integral part of that is repenting. Repenting is confessing and then turning away from that old sin behavior, right? And so aligning myself with the commitment to walk in this way that I have just not promised, but stated that I want to move in. So if I say I'm going to stop, yelling at people and I'm going to be more compassionate to people, you align yourself with that. Okay. Align yourself with I'm going to be more compassionate with people.
So another one was declare your identity before touching your phone. So I want you to do a 1 minute commercial on how you could write your identity for your phone. What would that mean? What would that like? What statement would that look like? I know I put you on a spot here, but
Like before I touch my phone and pick it up.
well, declare your identity.
Yeah.
So my identity is
Right.
How would someone do that?
That's a good question. Well, obviously, when we talk about our identity, we did this very intensive, multiple day long retreat for really digging into what our identity is. I really think the general path that we took was start with your values.
Okay.
What are the things that you value most? Okay, do some heart searching. What do I value? What are my values at your core? What are the things that, when you talk about them, it brings me to life. And that doesn't have to be like video games or movies, but like really core parts of who you are. Like when we were talking, one of our friends, John, was there, and there was one particular part of the values that he had where they called him up to the front of the group and they said, talk about this. And immediately, that's just, and you could tell, light bulb, that's what John values.
That's who John is.
Yeah.
I see it. You see it. He just needs to.
Exactly. You just need to acknowledge it. So write down what are the things that just bring you life, and then begin to form that into a statement of who you are. Something that could be easily repeatable. I've mine memorized. I repeat it every single morning, and I've added parts to it, and it's fairly long now, but let that be something that you repeat to yourself, like a mantra almost, so that it's in your brain first thing before any other distractions enter the...
So let's do it. I'm going to do a neutral one. So we'll just talk about scrolling because it's the easiest thing to talk about nowadays.
Yep.
And we'll just say that, I get caught up in the people that argue with the police.
Okay.
What do they call it? Something sovereign citizens.
Sovereign citizens. I know exactly what you're talking about.
And you start watching and you're thinking, you're going to get hit over the head with a billy club, okay?
Yeah.
This is... And every time I watch one, this is not going to end well for you.
Yes, of course.
Every time.
And always
or
goes the
someone
same way.
in the police car that are challenging the police that they have no right to my driver's license, whatever.
Yeah.
And I don't like confrontation. We've talked about that. I'm not a confrontational guy.
Right,
I avoid conflict for the most part.
Same.
I mean, I'll stir the pot to see, watch other people lose their shit.
I'll do that too.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, but we'll just say, and I'm watching it, and what it's doing inside of me is it's building this tension or this aggravation or this sense of, it's probably doing, what is that? Some dopamine.
Oh, yeah.
Watching this battle that I would never do.
Right. Yes.
I'm like, just give them your driver's license. You can drive around. But anyway, your identity is like, I don't enjoy. It's like the verse, love does not rejoice in evil. Love does not rejoice in evil. It's in 1 Corinthians.
Yeah, but it rejoices in the truth.
Yeah, love does not rejoice in evil, but it rejoices with the truth.
With the truth, yeah.
Okay, and so it's like, oh, wow, let's watch this person get their head beat in. And it's like, that's not who I am.
Yeah.
Because I love people.
Right.
And so knowing my identity, I'm like, that's not who I am.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually don't like this.
Yeah.
And it's because of me. And so I don't watch that stuff.
Yep. Next.
And so that's my identity. And it's okay, but I'm going to go though, because I know that I'm going to go down a path.
Yeah.
And next thing I know is that police, I'm driving down the road. If that policeman pulls me over.
I'm going to say I'm a sovereign citizen. I'm going to let them know they can't have my driver's license.
Who do you think you are?
Because
boom.
Yeah, because I'm going to get hit over the head too.
And so this last part, ask yourself, what battle am I fighting that God never asked me to fight? Mm-hmm. Has that ever happened to you?
A lot. What
does that mean?
Well, for me, the battles that I fight were a cause of lots of, stress and anxiety because I was trying to control things that were ultimately out of my control. For some people that manifests in other ways, whether it be just anger or depression or anxiety. There's ways that fighting these battles on your own will mess with your head. whether it be because you're trying to control things or you're angry that things aren't going your way. And a huge part of that is first acknowledging that God's will and his way is for my benefit, for my good. He wants what is good for me. And if I truly believe that all the way to the bottom of my depths, if I get that all the way to the bottom of my heart, I do truly believe that what God wants for me is for my good. If I believe that, then I can surrender it. Because I'm going to say, okay, well then if that is true, then I'm going to let God work in my life, because whatever he does in my life is going to be for my good. It might be painful, but it is going to lead to my good. And if I can get that all the way down to the bottom of my being, where every bit of me believes that I'm going to, Exodus 14:14, be still and let the Lord fight for you, then I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to just trust that whatever the next job decision is, whatever the next relationship is, whatever the next move is, that God is going to ordain it and that it's going to be for my benefit. So I'm going to let him do it.
Yeah. And the fight, it's like there's people that will, Will.
Yeah.
Let me just tell you.
Okay.
The pastor over there at that church down the street, he's doing this.
Oh.
I really think that we need to go there and talk to him.
Okay.
And you're like, I know. And he's like, and you're really smart. And so then you get into a battle that doesn't belong to you.
Right.
Has nothing to do with you.
Yep.
In fact, you didn't even know what was going on until someone.
Yeah.
And so that's a battle that's not yours to fight.
Mm-hmm.
And so we get caught up in stuff that it's like
other people's business.
What is that one verse where Jesus said, somebody's like, hey, Jesus, what about what's his face over there? What about them? And he's like, bro, it's got nothing to do with you. What is going to happen to him has nothing to do with you.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, I'll bring it up next week.
Yeah.
But there's this thing, and Jesus goes, what's that to you? And what I decide to do with him. I've called you to do this. Stay in your lane.
Yeah.
Is
that like where the rich man asked Jesus, like, what do I need to do to follow you? And he said, sell all your possessions.
No.
Oh, well, you should read your Bible more.
This was about the disciples. Oh, I read it. I just don't understand it. I just
wish I could help you, Chris.
Yeah. Joyce would know, but she's not talking to me.
She refuses to be on our podcast. Yeah.
So the good fight isn't about fighting, winning arguments.
Right. The good fight isn't about fighting at all, actually. The good fight is about surrendering and fleeing.
Okay,
and
God.
Letting him do it.
There's nothing I can do.
And in fact, it's much easier that way.
And quite honestly, there's nothing you can do.
There is nothing.
And what you can do, you're going to do anyway.
Right.
And then it's about being faithful. It's about being anchored. It's about staying who God says you are.
Yeah.
And not what other people are. And fighting the good fight of faith. And when you win that fight, here's the thing. When you win that fight, your family wins, your church wins, and your legacy wins. And so it's like, you know what? Everything seemed to work out for Will. I don't understand that. People say, he's kind of like, everything's kind of falls into place for him. And I'm like, I know. God's pretty good to me.
Right. I just trust God. I let him do it because my best thinking got me over there.
And my best thinking has got me to that car wash that I've just looked at. So, hey, we'll see you next week.
Peace.